So they went and did it. I thought for sure there would have been a juror or two on that panel that would have seen right through this and known what they were doing, that this was election interference and this was a kangaroo court. But I guess they picked the right place, New York City, and the right jurors. They made sure to pack the jury with all Democrats, and then they went after him. This Stormy Daniels chick, this has been going on for a long time. This has been going on since 2016. Avenatti was her lawyer. Remember that guy? Remember Avenatti? Back in 2016, 2017 was Stormy Daniels' lawyer. This guy is so squeaky clean. They have to make stuff up, and they have to keep grabbing the same porn star, washed up porn star, to keep trying these things. Michael Avenatti, if you don't remember, Michael Avenatti was the original lawyer that was using Stormy Daniels and was getting paid to go after Trump. And you know where Avenatti is right now? He's in jail. He's the guy that was such a rocket scientist. He thought it would be smart to try to blackmail Nike. Yes, so this is the type of characters that we're dealing with that are coming up against Trump, that the Democrats are using. Alvin Bragg. It's gonna be real nice to see all these people in orange. Man, I cannot wait. It's just unbelievable what's going on. This is scary, folks. Think about this. If they could do this to a billionaire, if they could do this to a billionaire with the best lawyers in the world, what do you think that they could do to us? You need to think about this. I don't think enough people are thinking about this. Uh, if they could do this to Trump, they could do this to any of us, and would and will. If things were to have gone a little differently, if Trump hadn't won in 2016, I'm here to tell you this would have happened a lot. A lot. Look, because you might be thinking, oh, come on now. No, look at what the Democrats are doing. They have an incredibly scary agenda, and they are. Look at what they're doing. Look where they're going with this to get their agendas going. And we're going to talk more about this on UTS here. We're going to talk more and more about, we here on Ultra Top Secret, we study covert military operations and covert parapolitics, political operations, and that's what this is. They go check out my last video. The deep state has made many attempts on Donald Trump, and his security and his protection is just too secure. So now they're going into the lawfare mode, and guess what? It backfired on him. Oh, oh my gosh! It is absolutely hilarious. I have a friend who's a libtard, and he texted our group thread, and he was like, "I'm donating to Donald Trump right now." That's what has happened. People are starting to finally wake up, and that's what this is. This is Trump's Wake Up America tour, where he's showing everybody what the Democrats are really up to and what they'd be doing to us if he wasn't in the way. If they weren't wasting resources and time on him, they would be taking us all down one by one. Thank God for President Trump. So I have been sent a video. I have my favorite YouTubers. There's Melanie King and Tim Pool and The Quartering and Screen Queens. And so I have been sent this video by a friend, and we're gonna check it out, and then we're gonna do an extensive commentary on it. I've been told that this has got a really good backfired in your face kind of vibe. So let's get into it.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and the Trump conviction backfire has set all sorts of records. It's been amazing to watch as Trump is surging in the polls. He raised a record amount of money yesterday and has completely ignited independents and people who were casually considering Trump for the 2024 election. This has been a spectacular backfire for Democrats. If you haven't been following, which I doubt you haven't been, Trump was convicted yesterday of a bookkeeping error that got kind of blown out of proportion so that they could convict him. It was a crime that never should have even been in court, in my opinion, but nonetheless, it was. And now we have this absolute hilarious disaster for Democrats. We're going to get into all that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Aura. Have you ever Googled your name? Well, I have, and the results always make me feel extremely uncomfortable. It's wild how much private information is just floating around on the internet about me or my wife or anybody else that I love. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, and anyone who may want to target you. Full name, email, home address, health records, relatives, it's literally all out there. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests for me. And to be honest, I've been using it a few months now and I'm already seeing a lot of great results. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who can use this information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. I don't know if you saw this, but AT&T revealed that over 73 million customer records, both existing and former, were released to the dark web. I actually just got the letter in the mail a few days ago. They recommend that users who are affected use strong passwords, monitor account activity, consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Well, Aura does all of this for me, and best of all, I don't have to download several different apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to aura.com/thequartering to start your 2-week free trial. Also linked below in the description. Again, use my link in the description below. Protect yourself today. I've been using it for a few months and I already feel a ton better about it. Definitely important app service these times. Now, most importantly, let's start with the money. The money immediately started flowing in. Sean McGuire tweeted this out, who is the president of Sequoia and from Caltech Physics, a crypto guy. I just donated $300,000 to Trump. I donated $300K to Trump. I'm prepared to lose friends. Here's why. Back in 2016, I drank the Kool-Aid and I was scared out of my mind about Trump. As such, I donated to Hillary Clinton's campaign and voted for her. In 2020, I was disillusioned and didn't vote. I didn't like either option. Now in 2024, I believe this is one of the most important elections of my lifetime and I'm supporting Trump. I know that I'll lose friends for this. Some will refuse to do business with me. The media will demonize me and they will have so many, as they have so many others before me. But despite this, I still believe it's the right thing to do. I refuse to live in a society where people are afraid to speak. The 2016 election, he wrote. I'm going to start off with something provocative, but I think it leads to a different take in the most controversial Trump issue, which is obviously J6. So here goes nothing. I'm not going to go through everything there. Here's where I was wrong. Russia miscalculated. President Trump turned out to be a master of foreign policy and particularly strong towards Russia. If you've never seen it before, please watch a 2-minute clip from Trump at NATO breakfast from 5 years ago. If you're too lazy, Trump told Germany that they're A, owned by Russia via their energy dependence, B, financing Russia's war machine by buying their energy, C, not investing enough in defense, investing only 1% of GDP, which was below the 2% NATO commitment. Meanwhile, the U.S. was investing 4.2% of GDP, and yet the world said he's owned by Russia. Yeah, by radicalization towards the center. August 16th, 2021 was the day I knew I could never support Joe Biden or any of these senior officials of his administration. This was the day that Afghans fell to their passings from the C-17 airplane at the Kabul International Airport. Back in 2012, I deployed to Afghanistan to work for DARPA. I used to fly out of KAIA at least weekly. So he knew all about that kind of stuff. So very, very interesting article that he puts out. And he backs with $300,000 of his own, getting 22,000 likes. And then Elon Musk looks like he's moving to support Trump, as he has now said, I think you're right. So interestingly, Trump has said, Trump has gained some very powerful people who have a lot of money who are now backing him. You can see the numbers in and of itself. Trump campaign immediately fundraises. Trump campaign hauls in $35 million in a single 12-hour span. Says it broke fundraising record after conviction. This is what you get now. You've mobilized. Everyone knew this would happen. The Democrats, I don't know what in the heck they thought that they were going to do, but is spectacularly backfired. Former President Trump campaign says it raised $34.8 million after he was convicted of the felonies in New York hush money trial. The presumptive GOP presidential nominee's campaign said the haul was nearly double its previous single-day fundraising record on the WinRed platform. The Republican donors. Trump's campaign said it was overwhelmed with support just minutes after the guilty verdict was announced. 29.7% of the contributions were brand new donors. That's wild. These are new people that have never, opened their wallet to support Donald Trump before. I saw Tim Pool said he gave the maximum. This is absolutely bananas. President Trump and our campaign are immensely grateful for this outpouring of support from patriots across this country, the campaign said in the release. The WinRed platform temporarily crashed after the verdict. Searches for Donald Trump donation actually were higher than internet searches for boobs. Okay, so it was absolutely bananas. The amount of money that he raised probably by the end of the weekend will be somewhere around $50 million. I don't know if this includes super PAC money or PAC money and stuff like that, but this is a lot of money. This is obviously going to, cover all of his expenses. That's a lot of TV ad buys. That's a lot of new ammunition to go after independent votes. You can look at the libertarians, and people laugh at their 3%. Well, I think after yesterday, Donald Trump probably locked in 2% of that 3%. People that had voted libertarian probably vote for Trump now. And you have, that's 2% nationwide leads to a landslide. 1%, just 1% bubble, above where he was before leads to probably a nationwide red wave, at least for Donald Trump. Now, again, who knows how that's going to shake out? You said Elon Musk now will stage a town hall with Donald Trump. This is wild. Now you got, obviously Elon, we're going to talk about Trump saying he's going to appeal the conviction this morning in his press conference too. Elon Musk's social media X will stage a town hall with former President Donald Trump 3 years after he was suspended. The presumptive Republican nominee for president, who was convicted Thursday in connection with the hush money payment to a skank, will answer submitted questions during a live stream event, which will also be broadcast in a partnership deal with the cable channel News Nation. The social media company is also planning similar town halls with RFK, who's running as an independent. The date, location, and moderators for the town halls have yet to be announced. I suspect it'll be relatively soon. Elon Musk wants to strike while the iron's hot. He wants to get a lot of listeners, people tuning in to X, advertisers on X. So I suppose I would expect that to be soon. Trump, who famously steamrolled CNN's Caitlin Collins during a town hall last year, has the first of his two debates on June 27th, just 3 weeks away and just 5 weeks before the Republican National Convention. The idea for the town halls was first conceived by Lydia Yaccarino, who pitched it to Nexstar Media Group, News Nation's parent company. The Post has sought comment, so that's going to happen, obviously, and it's going to be a boon for X and Trump. Now, Trump said he will appeal. Former President Donald Trump slammed the rigged trial at a press conference Friday and Trump Tower in Manhattan following the shocking guilty verdict. I don't think anybody was actually shocked by this. I think pretty much everybody in America assumed that the jury knew they had to find him guilty. I don't believe that they looked at the preponderance of evidence. I think that the case against Donald Trump personally was extraordinarily weak. I think that, on its face, I would hope that at least one of those jurors would have thought this is obviously political persecution. I'm not going to convict. Yet they were all cowards and did what they were told to do, in my opinion, of course. Now, Trump this morning said he's honored by the legal battle and that we're fighting for our Constitution. The charges were related to him banging a skank. I guess him saying he's going to appeal does not surprise me. Now let's look at the polls. Biden's problems with younger voters are glaring. Poll finds voters 18 to 29 years old made up roughly 1 in 6 voters in 2020. The President Biden won them by more than 20 points, according to exit polls. He won voters under 45, who were 40% of the electorate, by double digits too. But surveys found that Biden is now struggling with these groups, and the latest NPR PBS NewsHour Marist poll underscores that. In a head-to-head matchup with Trump, Biden and Trump are in a statistical tie. Biden narrowly ahead 50-48. He leads by just 4 points with people under 45 and 6 by millennials. That's a massive drop. Remember, he led by 20. He led by more than 20 with them in the first place. I mean, so the fact that he's lost the young vote, not going to work. Not that dog's not going to hunt. And then let's look at the betting odds. Okay, if you want to look at true, actual good data, you look at the betting odds. And this is just after the guilty verdict yesterday. Polymarket presidential election winner on April 15th, Trump was 46-45, up a single point. May 16th, a month later, Trump was up 8 points. Again, these are, if they have money on the line, so when you're a gambling site or, you offer this kind of stuff, you got to be unpartisan because they don't want to lose money. Now, so he's up 8 on May 16th, plus 0.8. Now, post-election, he's now up 18 with a 56% chance of winning. You can see that the vote his percentage skyrocketed when the trial started, and now with the conviction, up 12% with a 56% chance to win. So this has been a colossal backfire for them. I don't know why they thought that this was going to work. Biden continues to hemorrhage followers due to his foreign policy, and now Trump's base has been more energized than ever just a few months before the election. So we'll have to see if he maintains this energy or if the Democrats do anything else stupid on July 11th during his sentencing. I, for one, definitely would love to see Trump doing a press conference from his orange jumpsuit. I think it would push us to plus 20 or plus 30 even. People see this for what it is. Political prosecution of a political opponent in an election year. Nobody is fooled anymore. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Wow. Yep. Very awesome analysis there by Jeremy at the quartering. Things are bad when people are looking up Trump over boobs. That's pretty funny that he included that. So this, another thing I like that he said was this was a bookkeeping error. And think about that. Think about that. A bookkeeping error. This guy is a multi-billionaire. He's got all kinds of projects, irons in the fire, businesses. And, what if somebody screws up the books and this is just political just election year interference on the highest order. So the Sequoia guy, the crypto guy, said that when Biden lost him when he was seeing Afghanistan. That's a very good point. He was saying that he was seeing Afghanis falling off C-17s. That was an absolute horrible caca show, the Afghanistan pullout. That this guy just seems to be a Chinese agent. Let's just say what it is. This guy leaves billions of dollars of equipment for the Afghanis and for the Chinese to get. All of those Afghanis that aided the Americans are now, their lives aren't worth a plug nickel. And you got to remember, Biden was more interested in saving Afghanis there than he was U.S. people, service members. There's so many different things that we could say that has turned us off to Joe Biden, the Afghanistan thing, the response to the bridge in Baltimore, the fact that he can't put two words together in a sentence. All of us have got many things, but think about this. This Afghani thing, I thought about this when Jeremy just now was talking about this. Not only was there the Afghanistan thing, but there was the Marines that were killed there, sadly, in the line of duty. I was monitoring this stuff. I've got a lot of good friends, and someone I've known all my life was in the military. And there was a few Marines that were deleted there, sadly. And I watched when Joe Biden accepted their families and he turned their back on them. And when I say he turned his back on them, he literally turned his back on them. Some angry family members wanted to talk to him, and he just turned his back and walked away. That is a true story there. Another thing I was thinking of while this was going on, one thing I've noticed about liberals is most of them have never been in the military or know anybody that's been in the military. They don't, I think a very small percentage of them know what it's like to be in the military or to lose a military member. I just want to bring that point up. Not only, Mr. Sequoia there brought up he brought up the Afghanistan thing, but the servicemen that were deleted there was an absolute shame. Alvin Bragg was moved to be in charge of this, and then we're seeing that Fannie Pack Willis down in Georgia also made visits to the White House before that fake trial started. It's going to be so. This is a chess match, and it's going badly for the Democrats. It's going to be interesting to see now what they do with these other cases. Are they going to think about this for a second? Are they going to sacrifice Letitia James and Fannie Pack Willis now? Now that they're seeing how this court has going, are they going to withdraw their support of those knuckleheads in Georgia and New York and let them burn? Because if they're seeing that these court cases are knocking Trump's points up 10, 20%, do you think they're going to continue to pursue those other court cases? And what do they have to do now with those two flunkies, those two minions that were going with those witch hunts in New York and Georgia? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Voters, Jeremy also said, voters see right through this. We do see right through this. We know what's going on. We know that they are doing this, but let me tell you something else. If you don't see through this, I'm gonna bring this up. There's something else that we as Americans and voters need to see right through. Here soon, there's no way Joe is going to be there for the election. We know that he's going to be switched out at the last second we will see. We'll see what happens. But if voters already see right through these witch hunts, are they also going to be able to see right through a maneuver when the Democrats pull the old bait and switch and switch candidates? I think so. At this point, I would hope so. So there you go. One more thing that has occurred to me watching this. So Judge Mershand, bending over backwards to screw the law and to get Trump, obviously. I don't know if you know this. His daughter gets millions of dollars in Democratic money, campaign contribution type stuff. She has been getting, from what I understand, not millions, but tens of millions of dollars from backers. That's what they do. They do this type of stuff to pay people without paying them. It's like the time Hunter Biden suddenly is a painter and he's selling paintings for hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever. It's going to be interesting to see. So this Marchand guy, like I said, his daughter is raking in millions from this. What if One of my favorite comic books was What If? What if there were contributions, money coming into her thing? I mean, come on. She benefits, he benefits. Come on. What if there was money from foreign sources coming in, contributions, maybe let's say from George Soros? We already know he likes to pay off DAs. We already know that. What if money is coming from China? That's another thing that's happened before. The Clintons in their presidential campaign, they had money from China. True story. What if money from foreign sources are going to her and maybe to him as well, indirectly? Just saying. I'm just doing a thought experiment here. What if? What if? Does that mean that she's in charge of a terrorist organization? Oh, I mean, because what is a terrorist organization? I mean, if Republicans or anybody on the right was to do this, they're pulling out all the stops. If What is the definition of a terrorist organization? It's an organization that takes money from foreign sources to push a political agenda in another country, to affect political change in another country. Interesting. It's a very interesting thought experiment, isn't it? Uh, let's go one step further. Would that mean that they were enemy combatants? If if they were taking foreign money and were attempting to sink a political rival just a few months before an election? Think about that for a second. Interesting, isn't it? What if, again, my favorite comic, what if Trump has high level connections with the military and the military will be involved in the future? That's all I'm saying. I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I'm saying. I'm just, I'm just curious. What if, these things, just potential timelines that I'm thinking about. So that's it. I hope you liked this episode. I hope you loved this episode. I absolutely love making these videos. If you could, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next Ultra Top Secret.